This is a cool little project that I decided to make. It's a coffee pot. My love for coffee, if people know me, I drink a lot of it. And I decided to make a coffee pot out of some extra parts that were kicking around in the house. It's basically run by a scale. The scale up here, this is an old antique scale. We have this was a wine cabinet originally. I took out the inside of it. On the bottom down here is clock parts, lamp parts, chemistry parts, alcohol burner down at the bottom from an old alcohol lamp. The only thing I really bought here was the tubing. That's a special high temperature tubing. It's used for brewing. And that's about it. Maybe the copper parts that are inside the coffee dripper right here where it drips in. The changer from a cuckoo clock. And there's a weight up here that changes the scale weight for based on the amount of coffee, because not all cups are the same. It slides back and forth. What happens is the water boils in the chemistry vial there and goes into there. Inside here, I don't know, you can just see the filter in the top is where we put the coffee. That part does come off of there, comes off and can be cleaned. It's held on with magnets. Hot water goes into the coffee and drips out into the cup. As the cup gets heavier, what happens is the weight of the scale goes down because of the coffee cup, and over here the water is already transferring into the coffee cup, and you got to have it automatically shut off, so as the beaker goes up in the air, then the bottom falls down and puts out the fire underneath, and then you can get your cup of coffee. I'll run this for you real quick, and that way you can see how it operates. So what we're going to do is we put the coffee in right through the top here. That goes down inside the container. And we're going to take a torch here, and what we'll do is we'll light the alcohol burner. You can do it with a match. It's just this thing lights it up real quick and fast. You probably won't even see the alcohol burning. It's very, very low flame content. Sometimes it's even hard to even know if the thing's running or not. You just take that. It didn't light. Let's get her going. You can see it a little bit. There we go. Now we got a good flame. You can even see it. So you just take that and you just slide it underneath the coffee beaker, and it's gonna heat that water up. Takes about 4 minutes to heat that much water, and we'll come back as soon as it starts percolating. This is about 3 minutes into the burn. As you can see, the water is starting to boil a little bit. Doesn't take much. It's going up in that tube and it's coming in there, and my coffee is starting to drip. We'll give it another minute. I'll come back, show you what happens when it's all done and said. When this water level gets down to the bottom of the copper tube that's in there, then it makes a nice coffee pot noise. Starts bubbling. And it takes a little bit for the coffee to finish dripping down in. I'll come back when it's about ready to change the scale weights. The water is inside this container right now in the coffee, and until this cup fills up, it won't start to drop down. Okay, it's almost ready to go. Coffee's still dripping in there a little bit, and it's slowly going down. And there you go. Shuts off the fires, rings the little bell. Still drips out a little bit. It'll finish up, and then it'll be time for a nice fresh cup of coffee. Show you a little of the inner workings to this. This is just a tube that just comes off of here like that. And this slides out and just rotates around. Sorry about that shot. Inside is the coffee in a tube, and I have a filter in there, and little holes inside the copper drip the water down in there. It's still dripping a little bit because I'm not quite done yet. I was rushing a little bit. But this is just placed on a magnet. So you can just take it and slide it off magnetically. And then you can put it away wherever you want to. When you're ready to put it back on, it just goes right on it. But that's it in a nutshell. And of course, you got yourself a nice cup of coffee. And as my grandkids would say, have a good day. Hope you enjoyed this one.